addressed it a little bit before, but the way that they defend, switching everything, kind of tends to get teams in bad habits offensively. How do you balance that? You know, the fact that you have two of the best one-on-one ISO players with making sure that you keep the ball popping and moving and getting good shots.
Well, I think that's, part of why their defense is so good. It's not just the defenders and the schemes. It's that they do get teams to get out of system. You know, your regular actions aren't going to work the same against a defense that switches everything. So you have to be cognizant of that. We have to be intelligent, and we have to have discipline.
Coach, how do you not let the crowd dictate the game? Because Boston fans are capable of doing that.
I've never really thought about it in those terms. You go and play ball, you play hard and try to win the game. I don't think you really worry about the fans.
Steve, how do you kind of view Kevin as a defender in this series? Obviously, he's a guy who can protect the rim, play some on ball. What's his sweet spot going to be, you think?
I think a bit of everything. There'll be times where he'll draw a primary assignment. There'll be other times where he'll be roaming off the ball and trying to find the right balance for him in different pockets of the game, I think is important, or could benefit us if we get that right. But, I think he'll do a little bit of everything.
You talked about you don't really see it that way with the fans and with the crowd, but that might be one thing for Seth or for Andre or for Kevin, but for Kai, it might be different. I mean, is that a conversation that you've had with him, making sure, I guess, that he's in the right headspace and zoning out the fans and tuning in on what he needs to tune in on?
I don't mean like I don't see it like that. I mean, the fans are a part of the game. I just feel like it's such a part of embedded in your career. You don't go into the game worrying about fans. You go into the game worrying about performing. I don't worry about Kyrie. Young players, they're getting their feet wet in this scenario, and some of that is a process. But once you've been there a few times, Kyrie's been here a number of times. He's been here proverbially in a playoff sense in hostile environments dozens of times. So, it's not something that I really think has a huge effect on Kyrie. Good. All right. Thanks. Aaron, stay here.